Hello and welcome to NewsMobile. By the way, it's a landmark decision by the Supreme Court to uphold the death sentence to Nirbhaya rapist. The sentence has come up after a long time, a long wait of almost 6 years. That's I would say, a travesty of justice, but at least justice has been done. And hopefully this will set a deterrent of sorts for other such cases. I'm joined by my colleague Shipra, and we are going to run you through on what this means for the larger impact on cases which are pending before the courts, and also will it deter the potential rapists, because the number of crimes against women, Shipra, that's going up. In fact,
unfortunately, the crime against women is only increasing. And what Supreme Court has done today, of course, as you just mentioned, it was they should have done it way earlier. 6 years is a long time to await a decision on something as horrific as what happened in the Nirbhaya case. But yes, it has happened, and going forward it is very important for the Supreme Court to lay down a benchmark of sorts where trials for such cases is done absolutely on an emergency basis.
Absolutely.
There are fast track courts which take them up, because at the end of it, look at Kathua, look at rape cases. Every day our newspapers are full of issues like these, rape cases which have been as brutal and horrific, if not less, than what Nirbhaya case was.
No, absolutely, Shipra, as you rightly said. And the need of the hour is that the court has to ensure that these cases, especially heinous cases like these, horrific cases of rape, are tried, all the appeals are cleared within a certain time bound period,
right.
maybe a maximum of a year.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise you don't set the right example. While the Supreme Court has considered Nirbhaya case as the rarest of the rare case, that's the reason death sentence has been awarded, but we need to go beyond this, because for now, as the statistics suggest, the number of crimes against women are only going up. The fact is that there is no deterrence. In some cases, the victims have been brutally killed as well. So I think there has to be a heinous penalty, and in a time-bound manner.
Absolutely. And another thing, Saurabh, which we have to keep in mind is the demographics of a country like India. Now, this is a huge country with a huge illiterate population who do not understand what could be the ramifications of a crime like this. Now, there are people out in the villages who are going ahead doing crimes like this because they feel they can get away with it. They do not understand that there is a law of the land which can give them death penalty. Until the time these cases, the cases like these, the verdicts like these are not in a way advertised, if I may say so, and to the last rung of people in the country do not come to know that if you do this, this is what you get. A stop on crimes like this is going to be difficult to manage.
And also, as you were saying, we have to sensitize people, but it's this rape. Especially if you see what has happened recently in Gurgaon, where a businessman raped his daughter's friend who had come on a sleepover. So obviously, this is not a class-specific thing.
Exactly.
But
so,
there is a need for not only sensitization, but making sure you create effective deterrence. Make sure that people who are indulging in sexual crimes of any kind, there is a watch list which should be prepared. The list of sexual offenders needs to be shared, and media needs to amplify this, because we have, and I can tell you, so many cases happen. One of the reasons why Nirbhaya case got this prominence, obviously the brutality of it happened in the national capital as well, but media played a pivotal role as well. And we will continue to do it, and we believe at NewsMobile that we will continue to fight against any violence, any act of crime against women.
And one more thing, if I may add, I think going forward, women groups, women help groups is something that needs to be tightened in the country. Today, there are lots of women who are working, who are going out at different times of the in the night. Their work entails them to travel, to stay alone. I think there should be more access to help groups, more access to numbers, more access to people that they can reach out to if they are in some sort of help, in some sort of a situation which is harmful to their their security and safety. I think it's going to be a collated effort, which is about help groups, about ensuring that women are given their rights, the court, the verdicts, the fast track courts which give out justice, everything together, which can only ensure that in a country like India, cases like these come down.
But above all, as Nirbhaya's father said, in fact,
Right.
I saw him outside the court saying that till the time we do not make sure that the timely justice is delivered, cases
Yes.
like these will continue to happen. He obviously was lamenting on some of the spate of cases which has happened post the Nirbhaya case, but certainly the right message is gone following Supreme Court's verdict on this, Supreme Court upholding this. But we have to make sure that cases like these of rape against women and sexual crimes are tried in a time-bound manner. Stay tuned to NewsMobile. We will continue to bring you these stories and stories beyond this.